Hey, it's Michael Saul with the Stock Market Trading Watch List for Friday, August 19th, 2011. Let's take a look at the market. Start with the SPY. As always, the SPY video is up on the blog. But this candle is BS, okay? This tail didn't happen here. So we gapped down and we traded lower and we tested the 62% retracement of this swing. And we actually broke below it. And then we wound up closing just about on it. Now, for those of you who watch my video, you know I was looking for weakness here for a potential buying opportunity. So I got what I wanted. Okay, we have weakness. We have potential support here. Now, if this holds, then we could be due for another bounce up here as this continues to digest. Okay, Friday is option expiration day, so I'm expecting more of a consolidation day with some volume than a trending day. But if we continue lower, watch the 78.6% retracement at 112.61. If that gives way, I'm expecting at least a retest and potentially a test of the 127% external retracement of this swing at 107.30. And then we have support at 108.84 in between. That can also come into play. Now, my opinion, and once again, I mean, you know, I do the video basically every night, and I ask people to watch it, and now I'm going to make this statement. My opinion doesn't matter, okay? I'm not like these other super egotistical gurus who think that I actually have carry some weight with the market, all right? I carry some weight, but not with the market here, okay? What I think is going to happen, and what happens are oftentimes at opposite ends. So I'm looking to see if we hold this support and get a bounce here, all right, or the 78.6% and get a bounce. Once again, I'm not a bull anywhere past the very short term. All right, let's take a look at the other indexes. Okay, you see the NASDAQ 100 came down. It's below, it broke below its 78 of this swing here. So it got cracked pretty hard, all right. But once again, down here testing these levels, right? It came down and tested the closing low. Notice that was the closing low, not the intraday low, and that got a little bounce. So we'll see where that leads, if I could speak. Okay, here's the Russell, also below its 78.6% retracement. So unless it gets a move, oh, actually I'm wrong. I'm sorry. And my eyes off, I guess. Usually I could pick the fibs out pretty good with my eyes, but the Russell tested and actually held the 78.6. Okay, now I got to go back to the NASDAQ 100. Sorry about that, just to make sure, but this looks like it pretty much broke. Yeah, okay, it held it basically on the close, a little bit below it. We have to get reversals there on the Russell, the NASDAQ, the S&P. We have to get reversals off of those support levels. Okay, here's the Dow. I'm all over the place, but this is like the 5th time I tried to record this, and I couldn't get past the first minute. So I'm just running with this, errors and all, sorry. All right, so this held the 62% retracement, and you got down here 10,800 basically is the 78.6% retracement. Look at the VIX, right? I sat there in yesterday's video and said, this bull flag, and you know, all I would have had to do is go back and edit that video and say, the VIX is in a bull flag, which means we're due to drop. But no, I don't change my mind on this, okay? I mean, up 35%, yeah, because the market got cracked. All right, it's reactionary. I don't think it's leading. But once again, I do watch key levels, and especially highs and lows and big numbers like the 50 number. So that's important. But it's funny that I gave that speech about the bull flag, and then boom, right? Came out of it, and the market got cracked. All right, here's the SOX. See if that's going to get a test of lows. The banks, all right, came out of its coil. Right, we talked about that. We said that this is bearish because of the impulse. Came down and tested the low. See if it gets followed through. Notice volume. Okay, not as strong. Let's look at broker-dealer. Okay, coming out to the downside out of this consolidation. See if it gets a retest of lows. or it turns. Cyclicals. Okay, test the lows. Healthcare. Okay, starting to come out of the wedge here. Down 4.25% almost, just cracked. Biotech. Okay, starting to roll. So things are rolling over. It would make the most sense, I guess, for the major indexes to retest the lows at a minimum. But I'm not holding out hope or anything like that. That's ridiculous. It doesn't matter to me. But I'm just thinking that maybe we could get an intermarket divergence here. Maybe some hit the low, some break the low, and some try to hold. But we're gonna have to give this a couple of days at the least to see if something sets up. I don't think we're just gonna whip it right back up. I think a pause day on Friday, and then I think early next week will be critical to see if we break back down or if we start to bounce. Look at Apple. Apple showing good relative strength. Still good relative strength above the 50 and the 200, but you can see gap down below the two moving averages here that it was above. Amazon. Okay, got the 200-day and the bonus. We talked about this on Wednesday, I believe. How it was looking like it wanted to test the 200, then it broke Wednesday, and then Thursday it got the bonus. Google also got the bonus. Okay, boom, down to 500. Beautiful, whole round number. I came 49 cents shy, but that's basically a test when you're talking about a $500 stock. But we were watching this, and while the super gurus were trying to fade this gap here, this was a go with, and then a pause, and then boom. Okay, came right down. So it's a beautiful trade. Let's throw a Fibonacci grid up here. We could see 78.6. We closed below it, but unless we get follow through, it could turn around from here. But if this pauses here for a couple sessions or just continues from the break, then we're looking at a full retest down here. Okay, at 473.02. 473.02. Okay, for Google. Research in motion. Okay, we looked at this showing some okay relative strength. Holding the 20 on the close on Thursday. Watch the 50-day as potential resistance. Look at Intel. Okay, came down here to test the lows. All right, gonna look at Microsoft. Got a request for Microsoft. Come on, hold on. Okay, just a spinning top candle here. So this is wait and see. And then, you see the volume divergence here. This is not a strong down bar, even though we're down 2.25%. It's more like an indecision candle. Netflix broke, gap down below the 200-day and stuck. Okay, Caterpillar. We wanted me to relook at Caterpillar. Yeah, coming down, just retesting the lows here. JEC, Jacobs Engineering, retesting the lows. JCI, rollover, testing the lows. Siemens, okay, testing the lows. Potash, watching Potash here is potential resistance up here, and then we had the big gap down, and it kept going. So it was no fade again, and it was a nastiness to the downside here, not giving the bulls a chance to breathe. But we'll see what sets up in the next session or so. See if the recent lows get tested. Or, like I said, if maybe there's an intermarket divergence or something like that sets up and could lead to a bounce. Okay, so that's it. Have a great weekend. Great trading day on Friday. Don't forget it's option expiration day, so could be some high volume, not a lot of volatility, although who knows, with the volatility we've been seeing, maybe it could be a wild one. But usually option expiration days don't have a lot of volatility. They have a lot of volume. All right? Take care.